welcome back to my kitchen and this very special Thanksgiving edition of I Want to Try That. Now, here on my channel, I normally do world cuisine, but with the rapidly approaching holidays, I figured I'd do a few tutorials on some appetizers, some side dishes, and maybe even a few desserts. Now, we all know that the holidays can be somewhat stressful. How do you get through it? With alcohol, of course. And that's why I'm going to be doing two cocktail special tutorials, one for Thanksgiving and one for Christmas/New Year's. Now, if you're already subscribed to my channel, you know that I did a Halloween cocktail tutorial, and I had my girlfriends come over and we had a really good time. And so they've graciously agreed to come back and do my Thanksgiving cocktail tutorial special, in which hopefully we give you some really great cocktail ideas. So please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on anything. And if you like this or any of my other videos, please give me a thumbs up. Now, let's deal with what we're doing today, and that is an appetizer for Thanksgiving. I figured I'd start out really simple, something that's easy to make and very, very popular, actually. If you've ever been to Sunday football, tailgating, or any kind of gathering for family and friends that appetizers are a thing, you've at the very least seen it, but most likely have probably eaten it, and that is meatballs. Typically, you would see it either like a Swedish meatball in like a cream sauce, or the more popular meatball, which is in grape jelly and barbecue sauce. Kind of weird. I don't know the name of it, but you know it, I know it. We've all had it at some point, and it's really yummy. So I figured I would take that basic recipe and just kind of switch it up a bit and give it the flavors of the season of Thanksgiving. So we're making Thanksgiving meatballs. So let me show you the necessary ingredients to make this dish. Okay, so let's go over the necessary ingredients to make the dish. For today's tutorial purposes, I'm actually using 1 pound of ground chicken. Why, you ask? Because I don't like ground turkey. I like Thanksgiving turkey, the breast meat, and I like deli sliced turkey for sandwiches, but I really don't like ground turkey. I don't like the texture of it. It kind of is like mealy. I don't like it. So I'm using ground chicken. It's still going to represent Thanksgiving. You're still going to make it work, and all the flavors are going to be really good. So if you love turkey and you don't have an issue with ground turkey and the texture, please use ground turkey. If you're a little like me, then go ahead and substitute it with ground chicken. It's going to be fine, I'm telling you. So 1 pound of ground meat. We're also going to need 1 egg. We're also going to be using dried cranberries. We're going to chop them up nicely and put that into the meat mixture, as well as some poultry seasoning. Now, if you don't have poultry seasoning, don't go out and buy it. You really don't need it. Just add some good old salt and pepper, right? Okay. We're going to be doing about a 1/4 teaspoon of poultry seasoning if you have it, and salt and pepper to taste, just a little bit. Don't get crazy with the salt, because we're also going to be using instant stuffing. I have chicken flavored stuffing here because I'm using chicken. If you're doing the turkey, then get the turkey or herb flavored one. And instant stuffing tends to be salty, so just watch it with the salt. You're also going to need about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, just to keep it nice and moist. Now, because we're not cooking a chicken or a turkey, we don't have any drippings or natural juices for gravy. So we're using instant. We're using instant, but it's gonna be okay. Sometimes prepackaged instant stuff is the way to go, and that's the way to go for this. So this one is like a carton type You can't see it, but there's liquid in there. This is turkey gravy. Again, if you're making turkey meatballs, find turkey gravy. If you're doing chicken meatballs like me, then find chicken gravy. Now, let me tell you, packaging and marketing, it's a thing, right? I fell for it. I bought the Campbell's chicken gravy because the picture, it looks nice and golden and yummy. It looks like it's really perfect, right? And when I was shopping and I saw the other instant gravies, the chicken gravy, it was like white, kind of. I don't know. This one's golden, so I went with it. But I made a mistake. I thought because it was Campbell's, it was condensed. And then I got home and decided to read the label, and it's not. So this is all that's there, and it's a little over a cup. It's 10.5 ounces. And I want more like 2 cups. So thank goodness, I had picked up powdered versions of turkey and chicken gravy, just to show you that you can get like liquid form and powdered form. So I'm gonna use this powdered chicken gravy. I'm gonna reconstitute it according to the package instructions, which is really just 1 cup of water, put it on the stove, bring it up until it thickens, keep stirring it so it doesn't clump, and then I'm gonna add the two together in the end to my crock pot or serving bowl, if you will, for my Thanksgiving meatballs. So, enough talking, let's get cooking. Let's start by measuring out our instant stuffing. We're going to measure out about 1/2 cup. Now let's add 2 to 3 tablespoons of water to the 1/2 cup of stuffing just to soften it up so it blends well in the meat mixture. Just mix it up a little. Okay, so now we'll just set this to the side just for a minute or two. Here I've measured out 1/8 cup of dried cranberries. And I've run my knife through it for a quick, rough chop. Now let's just scoop them up and set those aside. I've already put my 1 pound of ground chicken in my bowl, and next we're going to add the 1/4 teaspoon of poultry seasoning to the meat. Next, I'll add the 1 egg and a little bit of salt and some pepper. Remember, don't get crazy with the salt. Okay, now I'll add 2 tablespoons of some olive oil. This will just ensure that the meatballs stay moist. Let's add our chopped cranberries. And finally, the softened stuffing. Okay, so I have some disposable plastic gloves that I'm going to put on to just be able to mix the meat with my hands. I will say while filming this, it was a nightmare because the gloves are really big and they didn't want to stay on. But I got it all mixed and here it is. Now I'm gonna grab a tablespoon. It's just gonna help me control the amount of meat that I take so my meatballs are uniform in size. Just roll them around, make a meatball, and put them on a cookie sheet. Now your meat is gonna feel loose, but that's what you want because you want them to be really moist. Chicken tends to be dry, and especially turkey. Okay, so I've rolled out all of my meatballs and I've placed them on a cookie sheet. And now I'm gonna pop them in a preheated 400-degree oven for 20 minutes. Alrighty, so the oven is preheated, 400 degrees. I'm just gonna slide those into the middle rack and then set a timer for 20 minutes. So let's make our instant gravy. Here I have a saucepan on the stove. I'm just gonna add the chicken gravy powder to the saucepan and add 1 cup of cold water to that, and then turn on the heat to about medium high. And just continually stir it to get the lumps out. Now, if you've purchased already made gravy, turkey or chicken, in a jar or a can or even a boxed carton, obviously you won't need to be doing this step. All you'll have to do is heat it up. So now I'm gonna bring my gravy to a low boil or simmer and just continue to stir to make sure it's nice and smooth. And then I'm gonna add that can of chicken gravy to my powdered form of gravy, because remember, I forgot to get 2 cans and we need 2 cups of gravy for our meatballs. So just stir it, make sure there's no lumps, it's warmed all the way through, and we're done. Chicken or turkey gravy. So 20 minutes have passed and the meatballs are cooked all the way through and ready to serve. Okay, so here they are, guys. Thanksgiving meatballs in gravy. All right, so let's taste them. Perfect. It really does taste like Thanksgiving in one bite. I got some turkey chicken with cranberry and stuffing all in one bite with the gravy. Perfect little bite, perfect appetizer, really very simple. My 1 pound of ground meat, chicken, yielded about 18 little meatballs, so you can certainly just double, triple, quadruple the recipe to make a huge batch. You can serve them just like this, or you can keep them warm in a crock pot so people can enjoy them throughout your event. I am gonna have, if I could do this without breaking a nail, yes, a pomegranate hard seltzer to go with my meal. Yummy. Well, guys, I hope you try and enjoy this dish. Until next time, bye.